The only downside to this is that you guys won't be able to hear how awful the voice acting is.
Is it really that bad?
It's terrible.
So, Mighty number 9, huh?
Yeah.
Is it really Mighty?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it Mighty.
Mighty big failure. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. This is the game that so how many times they delayed this fucker?
A lot.
How many years?
It was kickstarted in 2013.
Oh, wow.
To a very successful nearly $4 million.
That long ago, huh?
Yeah, so we're talking 3 years it took to develop this game.
3 years and $4 million later, and this is what we get.
Yeah. So, yeah. To be fair, on the budget, apparently the budget with most Kickstarters, realistically, the actual budget is only about 60% of what was funded.
Yeah.
So, you're talking about 2.4 mil, which is still a lot. But if you consider games like Destiny that had like $100 million budget, stuff like that, it's not a lot. But on the other hand, you have games like Shovel Knight, Yacht Club Games, unknown developer, only was asking for $75,000 initially, got $300,000, and created probably one of the best games of this generation. Easily.
Yeah.
Also a game I kickstarted. I kickstarted Shovel Knight too.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Which I was... Rob and I were talking, I was the one to point out the Shovel Knight thing, because it's like, okay, these are kind of similar, retro-style platformer games, and it's like, okay, so Yacht Club Games was able to do it, so...
Mind you, with 5 people as well.
So why couldn't Keiji Inafune and his team do it? But... I'll be optimistic and say that I really like the art style. As far as, like the character art and stuff, it's, very obviously, like, Mega Man-like, and John was saying, like, very, like, 90s anime, which is awesome.
Late 80s, early 90s kind of anime look, especially the opening screen.
But I guess we're anime fans on prom night, so... according to Deep Silver's terrible marketing team. Just make sure I got the friggin' controls down here.
Yeah, so I see combos, I see... Yeah, the lighting's not so great in this. Maybe is that the point of the level? Like, is this...
I'm underwater, so...
Right now you are?
Yep.
I thought you just came out of the water.
Nope.
I thought so, too. It's a little...
Yeah, I'm not getting a very I'm in water feel right now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, no.
Gotta love
that point and dash forward.
So, bad level design 101. Forcing cheap deaths. Right there. Can't really tell that I'm about to die until literally it happens, so...
Yeah.
Is this the one that you played before?
No, I haven't played this level yet, so...
Right.
This is all new to me. I've only played the first... I played a level where you fight Mighty number 1. This is the level with Mighty number 2 in it.
Seems like an appropriate alternative title for this game. So Mighty number 2.
Oh.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
It's really precise. Like, I never even remember Mega Man being that precise, unless you were speedrunning the game.
I mean, there are some really rough points in Mega Man where you have to do these crazy, like, falling down gaps and not hitting spikes and shit that will insta-kill you, but...
See,
how I get this power-up and then there's, like, no enemies in the area to use it on, so...
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I'm a lot more familiar with the Mega Man X games just because that's what Rob plays more.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot more of that, and,
whoops.
Those levels seemed better designed in the sense that, they weren't based on the cruel and unforgiving design. They're still tough.
Oh, yeah, they're still tough as hell. But...
They're still, way too tough for me to do. I'm terrible at platformers, but... I'm getting some frame rate drops here, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, lots of frame rate issues right now.
Wow, yeah.
And there's not even, a whole hell of a lot going on here. It's just you and one dude on screen right now. But it's just chunky.
There's no one else on screen with him now. It's still chunky. Wow, it's still choppy.
And this is one of the things that, I heard about this game was the frame rate drops and the, kind of lackluster visuals. And it's just, why did he not decide to just go with a beautiful, like, 2D sprite artwork approach? It worked for Shovel Knight. It frankly worked for classic Mega Man and Mega Man X. You know, until, what was it, Mega Man X5, when they finally stopped the sprite art style.
Oh, yeah.
But this just, like, seems unnecessary.
Completely.
Really? Still not dead?
And you can't swap back to your regular
I
attack.
don't know how to swap back to my regular attack. There's literally no way to do it.
Is there an options menu that tells you the controls, maybe?
I don't know.
Let's take a look.
So none of these make sense. So there's select form up and select form down, but there's no way to select form back to no form.
So once you pick up a power-up, that's it?
Seems like it.
You're just stuck with it. Okay, well, considering this this power-up seems kind of shitty, that's not a good thing. Well, it looks like he doesn't
have it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I died.
So maybe that'll work in your favor.
As Yahtzee, the game reviewer, once said, I know it may seem like a small issue, but many small issues will eventually turn to a large one.
It makes me so nervous. You're doing the dash and just over the platforms, you have to kind of like quickly jump back before you just plummet to death. Yeah, and I think I remember you telling me that the loading times for this game are also not too hot.
Yeah, for a game that looks like it could have been pulled off beautifully on an Xbox 360 arcade. I mean, like, this does not, like the old game Shadow Complex. That thing looks far more, like, graphically intense than this, and this thing's loading times just seem to be horrible. The lag, the frame rate issues I've seen so far is, like, for a next-gen system, why?
I feel like it seems like they would have saved just like a lot of that budget if they had just done a nice, attractive 2D sprite kind of art style.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is gonna be the boss. Yep.
I like how this guy also just like runs like a dope. And
it's fucking. How do I switch powers? Like, it gives me the ability to friggin'. What the fuck? Like, I don't understand how the control. How did I do it last time? It gives me the ability to friggin' switch here, but it doesn't tell me how to friggin'...
Isn't it...
I don't even know what I did.
Isn't it the shoulder buttons?
Yeah, that's what it says, but...
I was gonna say, your character turned orange. So
right, but...
Like, yeah, but I don't even know what button I hit to do that.
I've seen him...
I'm mashing buttons until it fucking works, because the game doesn't explain or clearly tell you how the controls work.
Even in, like, the first 2 levels?
Yeah, it doesn't tell you how to change weapons. It just tells you absorb the powers. It doesn't tell you. You would figure if it's a Mega Man clone, it would work like Mega Man, but it doesn't work like fucking Mega Man.
And from the looks of it, there's no way to break out of that ice block fast enough either.
I don't know how I did that. I literally just hit all the face buttons and it worked.
Take another look at the control screen.
He did.
I did, but it doesn't tell you how to do it. It just says cycle up and down with these. It doesn't say cycle then hit X to change your ability. Really? Can I not damage you?
There you go. Yeah. Oh, see, if you melt multiple blocks at once, the fall didn't stuns him. Yeah. Boom.
And then you just kind of, stand there and spam your fire attack. And he seems to regain health.
What? No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, what is that orange bar?
That's my ability bar.
Oh.
And that comes back over time?
Yeah. Or like when you do damage to stuff. Yeah. I mean, the gameplay for the most part isn't bad. The
level design.
The level design is bad. The controls are not explained properly. I still don't know how I actually change forms. In fact, I'm just going to go back into this level and
just don't go anywhere and
try to figure out how the controls work, because in other Mega Man games, the L and R buttons just cycle through the abilities, and you don't have to do anything special. Or when you hit the start button, you go into a menu where you can manually change all of your abilities.
From the old ones.
Yeah.
The old Mega Man games like that, the new ones just shoulder buttons.
Well, even Mega Man X, you can still do that, though. But, like, I can cycle between these two abilities, but it doesn't just automatically change them. So apparently if I hit X, it changes them.
What if you...
And if I choose the same one again, it sends me back. Okay. The controls are not very...
It doesn't seem to make much sense. Like,
well, I mean, like, if like you're going through a part of the level that requires you to quickly switch to another ability on the fly, the controls don't really seem to allow that very well.
Yeah.
Because you've got to select the same thing you're already using in order to just neutralize it.
Well, Ross seems to be blipping back and forth between the two.
Okay.
But it is an extra button push to do it, though. I can imagine that.
And why do that?
Speed running is obnoxious with that. But yeah, it is just an extra unnecessary button push when it worked fine in the old games. I can see this game being very speed friendly, though, just based on this kind of shit that I can do.
I say, careful when you drop down that chute.
It's not that one, I don't think. I think it's the one after he gets out of the water. But yeah.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, but...
Zoom, zoom, zoom!
But yeah, like, so... Like, it does show me my abilities on the left and how much I have on them, but there's no, like, way to change them through the menu.
Which, like, once you have a whole bunch of different ones, seems like that would be a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, this doesn't say anything. So it doesn't say, like,
So
select form up and down.
Rex election.
So these are the abilities. And I can change the order of them. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I guess that would work if in speed running, if you
Just
really, set them in a certain order. But yeah, and once I get used to it, I'm sure the gameplay won't be that bad. I mean, for the most part, the gameplay is really good. And that was really what I cared about. I could care less about friggin' having an amazing story. I could care less. And the voice acting's kind of obnoxious. Like, you might as well just not have it if you're gonna do bad voice acting, and just have it all text-based. Just for the amount of money that this game, that the Kickstarter got, I just don't feel like the product we got was probably, like, as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's about it. That's Mighty Number 9.
But
if you want a really good Kickstarter game, go play Shovel Knight. But, you know, this game isn't horrible. It's not as atrocious as everyone out there puts it out to be.
But it's
has,
definitely not up there with what we expected.
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't get it on the Wii U. The Wii U has horrible problems with it, apparently, with crashing and frame rate issues and loading times. Almost any other platform would be better than the Wii U. Unfortunately, that's just what I happen to have chosen, you know, not knowing that there were going to be problems with specific platforms, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
General disappointment.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, not a bad game. I don't know if I'd score it as harshly as most places are, but definitely could be better. Looks like it'll be a really fun speed game, so I am kind of interested in seeing how the speedrun community works with it. Because, you know, speedrunning community doesn't give a fuck about friggin' cutscenes and bad voice acting. They want to skip all that shit, so they just get to the core gameplay. Anyways.
Well, guys, till next time.
Stay infinite.